Thank you again for stopping by the Slab channel. On this channel we talk about money, music, and Jordans all day. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey of credit, debt, and the whirlwind of ups and downs through the process. I'm also going to break down the process I used to buy a property at the tax deed auction in the Riverside County in May 2019. So first things first, a little about myself and my journey, how I got where I am today. Between 2001 and 2006, I had really good credit. Always paid my bills on time, made sure everything was paid and paid off, so my credit score was really good. Then I had helped someone purchase something using my credit, and they didn't pay, so that messed up my credit. I signed up for one of those debt consolidation plans, and that didn't work so well, and that kind of made everything even worse. From 2007 to 2009, I kind of just gave up on my credit. I want to say my credit score was somewhere in the low 500s. It took me a while to snap out of it and stop having a pity party for myself and get going. So I picked up some information on a few paths I was going to try, and I made a decision. I didn't want to and I was scared to, but I filed for bankruptcy. I always thought bankruptcy was the end of the world. I thought, oh man, I'm never going to be able to get anything ever again. That's not true. Yes, it was a little harder and I did pay way more interest than I should have because my credit was bad and I just filed for bankruptcy. So in September 2011, my bankruptcy was finished and I was starting fresh. I bought a car and basically paid off two cars after the final loan. I would be paying around $24,000 for a 2008 Honda Civic DX, and my payment was about $500. But I had to do what I had to do to start building up my credit again. At that time, I was driving my Acura Integra, which was paid off, so this car I bought was for my mom and my grandma. My mom needed a dependable car to get to work and my grandma to get to her doctor's appointments. So I paid the note every month, $500. From then on, I just started using my credit cards wisely and got another car, paid that payment until I finally paid the other car off. And right before I bought my house in 2016, I paid my Lexus off. I would have no car payments when I moved into my house. My credit score is about 720 to 730, and I'm not saying that to gloat, I'm saying that to give you hope. When I say I was at the bottom, now I'm here, I mean it. It took a lot of hard work and discipline to keep my credit good and keep going. So if you're feeling like you want to quit, keep trying to push forward. It will get better if you work at it. And if you have any questions, anything, feel free to email me. I left my email on some of the slides, so now that you have a little feel of my journey, let's get into the topic at hand, tax deed auctions. So a little bit of information on tax deed auctions in case you didn't know what they are. Every county in California has a tax deed sale or auction. When someone purchases a home, you have to pay the mortgage and you also have to pay a property tax every year. If you fail to pay these property taxes, your property will become tax delinquent, which means it has started down a path that will eventually lead to tax foreclosure, i.e., your property will be seized by the county. If you fail to pay these taxes current within the required time frame, which usually you have up until the day before the auction to pay it current and redeem your property. In California, when you are 5 years delinquent, they will send your property to auction. The reason why the county auctions off the property is to get the money that is owed to them from the back property taxes. The opening bid is the back taxes owed on the property. Now you know a little about what a tax deed is. Now I will explain how I bought one at the auction. Okay, so I'm basically breaking down the process that I used to buy a tax deed at the Riverside County tax sale. Everybody has different methods and ways of doing it. I'm just sharing with you a way that worked for me. So as you can see on the slide, I am at the Riverside County website. Usually about a month or two before the auction, they put a list up of all the parcels that will be in the sale. So what I do is look through the list, go through it, and see what properties are in my budget with the money I have, because at the auction within a few days, you have to pay what you bid. After I get my list of properties that fit my criteria, hopefully it is a big list because it is going to shrink tremendously. There are a few ways you can do the next step. I recommend to make sure and not skip this step, and that is checking title on the property. Checking title is checking to see if there are any judgments or liens on the property. There are a few ways you can do this. One is paying for a title search, but that can get pretty pricey because remember, I have a big list. If you know someone who does title searches, that'd probably be the best way to get a good price on a title search. Or you can do like I did and took myself to the place on the slide, the Riverside County building, and did all my free research there. If you would like to know what method I used here at the court, please leave a comment or email and I can go into more detail. Remember I told you it's good to have a big list because it's going to get smaller. This is why. Your list gets smaller. Some properties will have big money amount judgments or liens and it's not worth it to get. Every property is different. For instance, there's a property up for bid for $10,000. It's worth $140 and has a $20,000 lien on it. The worth of the property might be worth it to take the lien. That is why I say every property is different. I would come to the court every day after work for about 2 hours a day for about 2 to 3 weeks doing all my free research I could. So now I go through my list, which should be smaller now because I weeded out all the ones I did not want that the numbers did not match. And now you can take a drive and go see the properties or land. There's more land in the auctions than houses. The list starts with a good amount of houses on it, but by the time the auction comes around, most people redeem their house. Not all, but some. To be honest, I did not go look at any of the properties I bid for. I was super busy at that time and didn't have a chance to go check them out, but I would recommend to try to take a look at any properties you're interested in. So using these steps I just mentioned, I was able to buy this piece of land in the slide. It's in Canyon Lake, City of Menifee. I paid $3,000 for it, and I'm currently waiting for the deed to be recorded to my name, which will be in a grant deed. I am planning to sell it. I've already had a few offers. A little tip: if you are bidding on land, before you bid, call the city and make sure the lot you are bidding on is buildable. This lot is not buildable because of the sewer. At the moment, they are in the first phase of construction for sewer, so it will be buildable soon. Next time I buy a piece of land, I will make sure and call the city. Like I said, if you have any further questions, please leave a comment or email for me. Thank you for stopping by the Slab channel. As promised, today I'm sporting the Jordan 2s. Appreciate the love, and as always, hope you all have a good day. Peace.